Okay, guys, we're about to get started here. Here I have before me casting resin over here, mixing cups, and the hardener and whatnot. Um, One thing I want to make sure you guys understand, whether you're a noob to the forum or a veteran, you probably should not be using this particular kind of casting resin I'm using right now. This resin I'm using is actually polyester resin, which means that the hardener for it is actually a cancer-causing agent. I would not recommend using this stuff unless you're out of, whatever it is that you work with, Rondo, whatever. I'm using it because it's cheap and I had access to it at the time. So, at this time right now. Let's see. So, we're going to go ahead and get started. This particular casting resin uses hardener based on weight, which means that the resin itself hardens based on however much weight there is. I won't lie to you guys. I actually have never done a live video, not live, but a video before while I'm actually taking care of something for the first time. It's kind of making me nervous in case you can't tell. Don't want to drip resin on myself. So anyway, if you guys have never done this before, it's a pretty cool thing to do, to try out mold making and casting. This particular cat shoulder piece is two-dimensional, or in a way. The back side of it is completely hollow, so basically when you pour the resin in, it's going to create a flat back, which makes it very, very easy for making a mold of it. Other pieces like this, I don't know, pieces that one side has absolutely no detail, is very easy to make a mold of. It doesn't take a whole lot of Mold Max or Dragon Skin or whatever you're using, and it's a pretty good way to do things. So, after you pour the resin, for this particular kind of resin, you're going to add the pigment before you add the hardener. In this case, I'm using a dark blue, it's just a regular old pigment. Quiet, Max! Anyway, that's my dog, in case you can't tell. So we're just going to go ahead and add some, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 drops of a blue pigment. I wanted a darker color. Unfortunately, this is actually a clear casting resin, which means that I'm going to need as dark a surface as possible to be able to pick up the detail. I'm probably going to have to prime this piece a lot when I'm doing the detailing after I pull the resin out and peel the paper and the details off. Because this is clear, it's not going to show detail very well. And I couldn't find the opaque pigments at the store, so I settled for the clear ones. It's just I'm gonna try to make it as dark as I can. I'm gonna add a few more drops of color here, about 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just so you guys know, what's it called? Smoothcast is so much easier to work with. It may be expensive and you might have to buy it in big kits. However, it's totally worth it. It's definitely worth the splurge on a big kit of it because it's so much easier to work with. Yeah, trust me. Ask Ithaca when I made my chess piece. I had my first encounter with Smoothcast. It was fun and it was a little bit difficult, but so much easier than this. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add the hardener. Oh, excuse me. Before we do that, we're going to weigh this because it takes hardener by weight. So leave the stick in. I guesstimate the cup weighs like maybe 3/4 of an ounce. So it's just under 5 ounces. So about 5 drops of catalyst per ounce. We're going to add 23 drops to be safe. 23 drops of catalyst. And it's very important when you did stir, obviously. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And it's very important. You're going to have to work fast here because it does start to heat up. It can melt the cup, trust me. That's happened before. but it's very important that you scrape the sides of the cup, work quickly, make sure it's very thoroughly mixed before you pour anything anywhere. So try not to work too vigorously if you're trying to learn from this. If not, you're probably just laughing at me right now, right? Yeah. It's best that you, with smooth cast, it's a lot easier. When the mixture starts heating up, that's when you know to pour. This works much, much slower unless you over-catalyze. And pretty much you just have to stir as well as you can thoroughly for about 30 or 40, maybe a minute. And just get ready to pour. Make sure I didn't miss any catalyst here. Really nice blue color. It looks pretty close to a cat's paint job. It's pretty cool. And on the forums, Halo Goddess, I'm sure you're maybe watching this, I don't know. But I know you wanted some of these shoulder plates as well as any of the other armor. And just want to let you know, these, let everybody know that these are going to be molded and cast by, pouring now, molded and cast by a man by the name of Brandon McLean. Very, very good at what he does. His team, I don't know everyone, but his team is working on a vast majority of the parts from Halo Reach, shoulder pieces, chest pieces, the like. And he's doing a very, very good job. It's very important to work the resin around, which I'm doing right now. Get going over every last detail of the piece. This resin doesn't do a very good job of layering particular pieces of the piece, so I'm just going over it and whatnot, trying to get into general areas and whatnot. The places, once it gets close to hardening time, it'll start to harden, and it'll be easier to work around. This is a very slow drying resin. Usually takes anywhere from I don't know, let's see, probably about 15-20 minutes to get to the point where it doesn't move anymore, unless you over-catalyze. I hope I didn't. And that'll just work its way in the nooks and crannies and whatnot. Something I didn't think about, and I hope this doesn't backfire on me, but I'm really hoping this paper holds up to the fluidity and wetness of the resin. I didn't think about that, but I think it's going to be okay. It's cardstock. It should hold up just fine. And yeah. Careful. Work the resin in the tough spots over some layers. And of course, I am going to have to use a good bit of resin for this. That was about 5 ounces that I just used. This is a 16-ounce can, I believe. So, 16-ounce can, going to be about, I'll have another 2 goes with this. And this is filling up probably about 1/2 inch of the shoulder plate right now. So, a little bit more. It should be alright. If it doesn't go completely to the top, I'm okay with that. Let's see. Leaking a little bit. Oh, shoot. It is leaking, indeed. Holes in the pepper curd cast is never a good thing, but that's okay. Alright, hopefully this stuff will dry fast enough that it's not going to leak through the paper. And once I have coated this stuff thoroughly, the bottom and over, once it dries, it's going to be waterproof. So really, all I need to do is make the paper hold up long enough for this first layer to dry, and I should be okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might fail miserably, and you guys are going to beat me to death on the forums. But anyway. Drips, drips, drips. Let's see. I think I'm going to leave this. Set this down right here real quick. I'd like for this to dry. I got a good amount of resin in all the tough spots. And probably just going to let this dry real quick. Okay. So, looks like all my details are holding up pretty good. The resin is doing okay. I don't notice a whole lot of excess resin coming out. And what I need to do, I should leave it sit in one spot. That way the stuff that is coming out is partially sealed from getting out in other places. So, yeah. A good way to tell if your resin is dried or if it's come to a smooth surface is to blow on it. If it if it doesn't move a whole lot, it's starting to harden and it's okay to pour in another layer. Yeah, this is still very fluid. Gotta let it sit though. Can't be too antsy. Yeah, so I'm just gonna let this dry. If this blows up in my face, I will let you guys know and I will announce my failure to the world. So, but I'm gonna let this sit, end this video, and when this dries, I'm gonna do another video, assuming I don't screw up. So I'll see you guys in just a bit. Bye.